What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here.
Pound.
With Ralph Pounds.
In the building.
This is the Pound and Slash Marvel Media Podcast, Comic Corner number 6, I believe.
6, yeah.
I believe it's 6.
So excited. Let's do it.
We get to talk about 6 very, very different comics.
Yeah. Very interesting comics, actually.
They weren't terrible. They weren't great. They all, except for like one or two of them were actually pretty good. The others were just kind of meh.
Meh. Not compared, and it's kind of weird. Like I said, our last episode we had interesting, good comics. This is like interesting, like comics, I guess.
Right.
So sure.
So per the normal, we're going to start with our infographic.
Hey.
As you can see, we have what we need to know. You now see Rick Jones, who was my pick for last week's MVP. Now that he controls the Hulk,
right? And that's
he's like, the Hulk is my bitch.
He's like, move your arm. Move it down. Damn, he got you.
Where the fuck did my Mountain Dew go? All right. So
that big 2 liter right next to you.
I did something a little different with the infographic thing. So I actually took quite a bit of time yesterday setting all this up since I didn't get it done at work.
Right.
And let's see if people like it. All 3 of you that watch this. All right.
Even the cat.
So on the first screen, I'm showing off what comics we read in the Journey into Mystery series. We read both numbers 85 and 86. 85 was called Trapped by Loki, the God of Mischief.
Yeah.
And then Journey into Mystery number 86 is called Thor the Mighty on the Trail of the Tomorrow Man.
That was interesting.
That was that. So some people you're going to need to know in this. So we've got Dr. Don Blake, who is also Thor.
Right.
We've got Loki, who we get to see in both in human form and in god form.
Right, and this is the first time Loki makes an appearance.
In the Marvel Universe.
Right, in the Marvel Universe.
It's not the first time we've talked about him.
No.
We covered the Son of Asgard comic series
right.
to start off this section of the podcast. But
right.
Jane Nelson returns to be just as pointless as she always is.
She's like, I'm in love with this man. Sure.
We also get to see Asgard for like what was technically the first time in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
With this rainbow ass bridge and then like this whole city of gold sitting on clouds and shit. It was really weird.
A tripped out like on drugs.
It's like an LSD trip.
Right, like
we get to see Heimdall, which is a big white purple dinosaur dude.
Right, it was whoa, that threw me off.
He looked so weird back then, dude.
He was I was gonna take. I said, Heimdall was a dinosaur. Looked like some of the Power Rangers. What the hell is this?
And then one of the other villains is Zarko. He's the Tomorrow Man.
He was interesting.
And then we get a small appearance twice, actually once in both comics, from Odin. One of them we get to see Odin from the back. The other one we get to see like a cloud head version, like Zordon. It's fucking Thor fucking teleported up to the top of this. Thor teleported up to the top of this mountain and was like, Zordon, I need you.
You are my son. Remember who you are. Come back.
Who you are.
They just do a lot. I was gonna say, is that Mufasa? This Mufasa.
Right.
What the f...
All right. So then we move on to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Number 7, Prisoners of Kurog.
Let's go.
Master of Planet X. As you can see, wanted dead or alive. There's a reason for that, and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Fun. It was a fun issue, though. Fun issue.
Right. That was actually good.
And now for the not so fun issues, but we're just okay.
Oh,
or actually, no, we got to talk about the people in this. As per the normal, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic, Ben Grimm is the Thing, Sue Storm is the Invisible Girl, not woman yet.
Right. Still girl.
Their villain is Kurog, which is some Zordon-looking, fuzzy-faced fucking creature.
Looks like that thing off of the Green Lantern Corps.
He looks like one of the Critters. You remember the Critters movie, the horror movie from like the 90s, 80s and 90s?
He looks like... He just has a big ass. He looked like the Watcher before the Watcher became the Watcher.
Right.
Like a big ass head. Like what the? You want to just?
And in this we'll be visiting Planet X,
which that's in Fanforstic. If you don't know, Planet X. Yeah. So point that out. All right, keep going.
Moving on. Then we've got 2 Strange Tales. For whatever reason, they decided to start using the Strange Tales to tell individual Human Torch stories. Now, here's the thing. Growing up, before I even knew these were things, because I didn't even know these were things until recently.
Right.
Growing up, there's always times you think about these superhero teams, and you wonder what they do on the daily when they're not by each other.
Right.
And then you read these comics, and it's like, I don't care.
Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, the second one was cool. The first one,
They're not terrible,
I didn't
right?
know
Don't
what the
get me
hell I
wrong.
was reading the first one. I'm like, what?
But
is
the first
this?
one, both of them.
Yeah, the second one was cool.
So the first one was just called "Starring the Human Torch." I think they were just trying
like the fabulous Human Torch.
I think they were just trying it out.
And that's fine. That's fine. 1952, I think when it came out. I mean, at the time, like, I bet people who read this, they were like, we got Human Torch and his side quest. Like, this is awesome. But now it's like, oh, cool.
And then the next one is called Prisoner of the Wizard.
Prisoner of the Wizard was interesting.
Here's my problem.
Okay.
You're now getting all these stories that are like prisoner of something. We had like Prisoner of Dr. Doom, Prisoner of the Wizard, Prisoner of Kurog of Planet X.
Yeah, that's
Prisoner of, like, bruh, you guys were so unoriginal in the 60s. With the namings of your shits.
And then, of course, the aliens.
And then there's always aliens.
Where the hell is Jeb gonna be?
How did the MCU not start off with this many aliens?
Bro,
I mean, obviously the Marvel
MCU,
universe did.
Bro, MCU probably would have been done if they just said, we're gonna have alien. Like, no, let's not do this. Somebody do a pitch. They're gonna be fighting land creatures. Please don't do this.
Some people you're gonna see in this, you're gonna see Johnny Storm, who's also the Human Torch.
Yep.
You're going to see Sue Storm.
Yep.
Not much, but she's there.
Ben Grimm's gonna
I actually didn't mention Ben Grimm because he has an even smaller part than anyone else. He is in it. He just shows up once to talk to Johnny and then disappears.
I mean, that was okay.
Sue actually helped out at a point.
Yeah, I mean, I know she did, but Ben Grimm kind of likes. There's a way to stop him. Johnny Storm's like, he just told the fuck off. Like, cause we got beef, bro.
We're also gonna see Charles Stanton.
Yeah.
Who is the editor in one of the newspapers. Which, by the way, I have a very funny analogy for that later. We're also going to see the Destroyer, which is the villain of the first comic, and then we're going to see the Wizard, who is the villain of the second comic.
Said, bro, is this the Magic Man he burned and went blind?
Again, y'all even named your characters outstandingly.
Right. And he does the same thing. I'm going to hypnotize you. Here we fucking go. Another one that... blind him, too. Blind him too, Human Torch.
And then the last comic we're going to talk about is number 36 of Tales to Astonish, but we're only going to be talking about the Ant-Man story. It's called The Challenge of Comrade X, which I actually did love the plot twist at the end of this. Bro, I thought it was done very well.
That was interesting.
And we're going to ruin the plot twist for you now. We are going to see Henry Pym, who is also Ant-Man.
Right.
We are going to see Comrade X, and then we're also going to see Damsel in Distress / Madam X.
Right. That's some bullshit, bro.
Who I have a theory about, by the way.
Should have killed that bitch.
We'll get to that. I could be wrong. And
it's the 60s. You could have showed her dying somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah, that is your infographic for today. We shall back out of Canva and come back to us. To us. All right.
Let's do this, man.
So anyways, as I pull up Comic Corner, we are going to start off talking about Journey into Mystery number 85. This was Trapped by Loki, the God of Mischief. This was actually one of my favorite of all of them. I'm kind of bummed it started this way because, like, the following comics, just some of them did not really quite live up to the story.
Right, because
don't get me wrong, Loki at this point by any means is
Loki, man.
Is not fantastic.
No,
but it's cool to see how they first started with him, and as they, it'll be fun to see as they develop him as a character.
They had his ass in a tree, and he smacked a leaf and made the guy cry. He's like, "I'm free."
Right.
I'm like, okay. All right,
so,
goddamn.
This was published October 1st, 1962.
Right.
Written by Larry Lieber and Stan Lee, penciled by Jack Kirby, and inked by Dick. Dick Ayers, everybody.
I like how you
Dick Ayers.
I like how you start.
I cannot help myself.
Read my dick. Pause for it. I'll let you go hear it. Ayers. Dick Ayers. Not the full.
Dick hair.
Dick.
All right. Dude, he had to have gotten made fun of in school.
Oh, in the 60s? Oh, it was all bad.
All bad.
Everything you think of just happening all at once.
All right.
That's why you started drawing.
So we actually start off with an intro to Asgard, and we see that Loki is trapped in a tree until someone sheds a tear. He's been there for thousands of years.
He pushes something.
But however, he has also learned how to control the tree. He's been in the tree for so long, he can move its branches, he can do things. Cool. Heimdall passes the tree. I don't know why Heimdall's walking. He's not doing much watching.
Right. Dinosaur looking mother.
So Barney is trekking it through the fucking woods.
There, like, okay.
Loki drops a leaf and hits him in the eye, causing him to shed a tear, which frees Loki, which is actually a pretty ingenious way to get free.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, watch me fucking smack you in the eye.
Right.
With this fucking leaf.
And you actually see that? And he's
picturing like Bulbasaur, razor leaf.
Because Loki was so pissed. He's just in there like, I'm never going to get out of here. is that Heimdall? Like, because that's a thing. Like he's just, I'm just gonna walk around like, aren't you supposed to be? Never mind, fuck it.
Like,
boom.
does Heimdall not know?
No, that he was.
Apparently, you can't see Loki.
Right, I thought he would know that. This is the stupidest Heimdall ever. Like, how you didn't know that Loki was? Oh my god! I just walked right into him.
So Loki then states he has some sort of weird link to Thor's hammer. Sure. He's going to get revenge for his imprisonment. We have no idea why he's imprisoned or what Thor did to get him imprisoned. But
or how does the tear thing work? Can you at least explain that? Like the tear, I guess she had a tear for a loved one. I guess. Like, how does that work?
And then Loki then takes the Bifrost to Earth and turns into a human.
Surprise, bitch! He's on Earth.
Clothes himself as a human to remain inconspicuous.
Right.
So after Loki checks into the hospital to look for Thor, he goes to the streets and turns a few people into negative versions of themselves. Which that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and how they drew that, like all light blackish or blackish type of, that was kind of weird. I like that. Negative versions of itself.
Dr. Don Blake sees this and is like, hey, I should probably hide.
And become Thor. I was like, wait, what?
So he turns into Thor.
I mean, I guess.
Thor runs up, spins his hammer, causing the negative particles to dissipate.
Plot twist, it didn't work. I'm just kidding. No,
it did.
It didn't work.
At which point, Loki then transforms into himself, reveals himself, and Thor is like, hey, I know you. You're Loki.
Hey, I know you.
And it's like, yo, you're Don. How do you know anybody?
And then Jane shows up out of nowhere.
Jane doesn't even want nothing to do with you.
Jane's like, I just want Thor's hammer.
I want Thor's hammer in my garage.
You parked that in my garage.
So then Loki's like, hey, come fight me in the air.
Right. What?
And Thor's like, okay.
Right. Up and
away, so he
bitch.
starts spinning. However, when his hammer spins, so he's positioned just perfectly for the light to constantly reflect off of each spin.
Sure. Fuck it. Let's go.
Which then allows Loki to hypnotize him.
Oh, God. And now, that's why this took at first I was with you until back at it again.
I actually like this.
I know you like this.
This shows Loki's trickery.
But yeah, this is trickery. I just wish we didn't see 50,000.
I am over the hypnotization.
Look into my eyes. Oh shit! Here we go.
We've got Media Man or whatever the Magic Man, whatever the fuck his name
blind
was.
The shit out of him.
Fantastic Four.
That's like two people.
Who was the other guy?
It was
the ring
master. Look into my eyes. Oh my god, I can't
look into
help
my
it.
hat.
Look into this watch. Like, bro, aren't you guys superhero? Can't you guys like clap out of that? Like, what is this?
I also like the reverse trickery.
No, but yeah, this is Loki
Thorful.
shit. That's why it's a decent comic for me, but I still have to drop it because I already have seen so many people doing the same thing.
The reason why I'm actually cool with this hypnotization as opposed to the others. The others was people using items to hypnotize people.
He actually uses his.
He's using his own shit against him,
right.
which I thought was pretty cool. So then Loki's like, "Yo, give me the hammer," and Thor's like, "I can't because Odin's will does not will it."
Newsflash, I'm gonna blast you. Give me the fucking hammer. Boys just took it from him.
And Loki was then like,
give me the mother.
So then Loki creates a fake Thor, which by the way I misspelled Loki here. Creates a fake Thor, and which the real Thor is like, hey, you're Thor. I can give you the hammer.
See? Yeah, as I said, hey, yo, I told you, give me the fucking hammer. He was gonna rip it from him.
No, actually before that. He actually tried to convince Thor to throw the hammer in the lake, but it came back to him. Yeah, it came back to him. He tried to convince him. Because he couldn't. He said he couldn't fight him 1-on-1, or in his mind, he couldn't fight him in a fist fight. So he said he had to out. Which that is MC. That's MCU. That's Marvel Loki 1. That's Loki that we saw in the other one to outwit the other opponent because he can't really 1-on-1 you. No. So then finally he convinces Thor to give his hammer to the other fake Thor. Ain't that because and when he does, stupid. And when he does, obviously it's an illusion, so it can't actually hold it, so it just falls to the ground. What is this trickery? And real Thor didn't do anything about it. He's like, all right, cool, I'm out of here. Right, that should have been. That's it. So Loki. How you gonna fly, bitch? You don't have your hammer. Loki actually gets distracted because a bunch of kids are trying to pick up the hammer because they just see this hammer sitting in the middle of nowhere now. Which that's the thing. I don't know why kids are in this battle. And while this happens, Thor turns back into Don. Right, because he don't. And in at that point, the spell's broken because he's no longer Thor, so he's no longer hypnotized. Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the spell's broken. So that's a play on. So then Don's like, I need to get the hammer back. He walks up and is like, hey, let me try. He touches it. A bright light flashes and blinds everybody. He turns into Thor. Plot twist: the kid is actually now Thor. That would be funny. That would. He said, "Let me try it." Nah, bitch, I got this. But then, we have another one of those moments. So he turns into Thor, and everyone around is like, "Hey, where did Don go?"
Oh yeah, they actually
y'all that stupid?
said that. They said, "Where did Don go again?"
Where did the guy that was here go?
Oh,
maybe
man.
he was the one that picked up the hammer.
Maybe he's the one that
Put two and two together. There's no way everyone in the '60s was dumber than a box of fucking rocks.
Even
Oh wait,
the
my
kids-
bad. Y'all had pet rocks. Never mind.
Even the kids should have known that, because you're like right there. You should have been like, man, sir, you turned into him. Like, I thought you had the flashlight. No, I'm actually right there. I'm right there. I can see you. Like, you picked that bitch up. But okay, sure. Everybody was blinded by the light. So okay,
Right.
fine, sure. Because of this, let's go.
So Loki runs. Thor gives chase.
Oh yeah, he's running. He's like, bye, bitch, I'm out.
They stop at a theater where Loki drops a curtain on Thor's head, but then Thor blows it away with his hurricane breath.
With his he blows.
And
With his
then he
breath.
maintains his chase.
Oh, yeah.
Loki goes into the subway, throws some people on the tracks, which I thought this was both a funny and dumb way to fucking fix this, because this would not work in real life.
No, he's just like, here, catch.
So they throw him down onto the train tracks. Thor jumps down, lays down, and then picks up the rails.
Man, what are you,
So
Superman now?
that there's a hill. I mean,
yeah.
he is strong. I
He
mean,
is, yeah.
him picking him up is not what doesn't make sense to me. What doesn't make sense to me is how this train track still follows the tracks instead of launching off the fucking tracks.
Because comics work. This ain't real, fool. This is stupid. This ain't real life. Even though in real life, that should have just kept going. At least he is saving people, so that's a plus. Thor is doing some Thor shit. He's saving people, because in the past couple of stuff, he ain't saving nobody.
So then Thor gets a flying, or not Thor, Loki. Loki gets a flying horse from like some gas station sign or some shit. It starts causing a ruckus, like destroying shit
With the horse.
with
Loki on the horse.
and then he just flies off.
Yeah.
Thor chases him, eventually throwing a sewage pipe at him to capture him. So like he throws the sewage pipe, and it's so dead on it goes around Loki as he's flying on this horse. At
Can
which
you
point
imagine being Loki like,
Loki
is that
falls
shit
off.
coming toward me?
It wasn't a used sewage pipe.
No, I don't use that.
There were some construction people working on installing pipes or some shit.
I'd be like, yo, I gotta put that. Can you give me that back?
Loki. So then Loki falls into the water, and Thor's
yeah.
like, "Oh shit, he can't swim. I should probably save
How
him."
would we even know?
One, Thor, how do you know? You don't even know. You don't even know who you are.
You know who you, Dr. Blake Don looking motherfucker. How would you know this?
So
You had a PTSD moment. I can't swim. Like, oh my god, my brother. Let me go save him.
in my favorite part of the entire fucking comic, Thor takes him to the top of the mountain.
Yep.
Or no, the top of the Empire State Building. That's right.
Right.
Ties him to the hammer. Ties Loki to the hammer. Spins the hammer and launches him all the way back to Asgard.
Okay.
And the hammer returns just in time before he turns into Don and falls off the fucking building.
Because
Reasons.
if he had fell, ain't nobody gonna save his That would have been and that's how Thor died. Alright, we got a new Thor. Because somehow this bitch did not make it.
That was the first time you see Odin. You see the back of Odin.
Right.
And he's like, Loki's been brought back to us. And that was it. And then that was the end of the comic.
Right.
I give the comic a 3 out of 5.
I'll give it a 2 out of 5. Or 2.5 out of 5.
I
I like the old Thor. I like the Loki type look, because that was the Loki that we saw in the Loki TV show that did sacrifice himself. So that was pretty cool. Little how they drew from that character as well. So, but it's 2.5. If this was one of the comics that we started out with, I would not have gave a shit about the rest of the comic. But when this thing, I'm like, oh, it's the same thing. That same juice. I wish they had showed him do the more they ever. But Loki became a threat though. He was a little bit of a threat though. Just a little bit, not a lot, but yeah.
He'll be
2.5.
back. He'll be back.
No, he won't. He'll be a new Loki. I'm just kidding.
All right, so then we
Sylvie.
jump into the Fantastic Four number 7.
Yeah.
This is Prisoners of Kurog,
Yeah,
Masters
AKA all of them are bitches.
of Planet X.
They some bitches going to Planet X. Because why?
This was published October 1st of 1962, written by Stan Lee, penciled by Jack Kirby, actually inked by Christopher Rule.
Sure, not Dick.
Wonder if he's married, or if he's related to Ja. Anyways,
Ah,
so we start off with Kurog,
Baby.
by the way, the ugliest fucking character ever so far.
But he will be awesome throughout this whole entire issue.
Thing after seeing Kurog should no longer have a problem being himself.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Like you like a ball sack. You look like ugly. Like,
You look like a fuzzy ball sack,
like a
bro.
fuzzy ball sack. Like you just squeeze like a fuzzy ball to squeeze.
He's watching the Fantastic Four, planning to kidnap them in order to make them save their planet from being hit.
And by
an
planning,
asteroid.
I mean they just come willingly.
Well,
I mean,
they don't come willingly.
Not willingly, but it's...
So, meanwhile, we see Reed is trying to get the Fantastic Four to go to this governor's dinner.
Yeah.
And yet no one is about it. They're like, no. Thing is like, dude, they're going to think I'm ugly. Human Torch is like, bro, that sounds boring.
Even Sue's, damn,
Sue's like, I'm too scared to be in public.
Right.
Don't be a bunch of bitches.
That's what the issue was. A bunch of bitches. That's what this is.
Reed basically says, tough shit, you're all going to get dressed.
Yeah,
and they all go and get dressed.
Yeah.
Human Torch is the only one that gives a reason, so things like, why are you going to listen to him, hot stuff? And then Human Torch is like, yo, I mean, like, he honestly probably does know what's best for the team, and we should probably just fucking do it.
Let's not even listen.
Hold it. We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that, like, best for the team, I asked.
So... while taking a shower, the Thing plays a prank on Johnny.
It puts steam
and causes everything to steam up
because he didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to this stupid thing,
and it freaks everyone out. Everyone's like, "Fire, fire, fire!" Right. And then they find out it was just a prank, and then they all start bickering amongst each other.
Because the Thing is just like he's still
he's a prick.
Yeah, he's still a prick. He's been a prick for like 6 issues now. So why change him now? Fuck it.
So
they all wear their Fantastic Four shit too.
Right.
So that's interesting.
So they do make it to Washington.
There they go.
But as they make it to Washington, a robot has landed from Planet X that Kurog sent.
That thing looked like a
and it is in pursuit of our Fantastic Four.
Is that a missile?
So he finds out where they are, and he uses this hostility ray, making everyone in the area mad at each other.
Right.
And you see like this husband and wife arguing. Or actually, they start off, she makes him dinner. She's like, here, honey. He's like, oh, that's so sweet. And then the ray hits him. And she's like, don't call me honey. Wham! and yeah, you just see, like, people being nice to it. Like, you see a dude trying to pick somebody else up. And he does manage to pick him up. And then the next scene, like, the dude that he picked up punches him in the fucking face. It's like, don't you touch me.
Funniest shit ever. I'm sorry. That's funny.
And then we also see, so everyone's praising the Fantastic Four at this dinner, and then all of a sudden it turns into a fucking Frankenstein story where they all grab their knives and pitchforks and fucking torches.
Is that what you get? I was like, oh my god, the Fantastic Four is about to die.
They're about to be ran out of town.
I was like, Thor, where are you? I'm still flying. Like, where's Dr. Blake? Somebody help them because they're about to die, bro.
They do manage to escape, but then they're being chased by this UFO.
Yep.
They land on the roof of their building. The robot gets out of the UFO and is like, yo, the only way y'all are going to be safe is with me. These guys out here will never trust you or follow you or whatever.
And you would think in a real world, where the fuck did you are you? Why did you even come here?
And at this point, all of them are like, all right.
Right?
Let's go.
What? I don't understand. Who wrote this? I mean, sure. Fuck.
I called him Kurog. It's Kurgo.
It's cargo. It's cargo.
Whatever. So upon landing on Planet X, Kurgo meets up.
The Earth wasn't even going to get destroyed. It was just like, hey, you want to come?
Right.
Come with me if you want to live. What are you, a Terminator?
Come with me if you want to live.
And I like how nobody didn't even try to bicker this shit. It's like...
They're like, all
right. No question about it. Y'all some bitches, bro.
So on Planet X, Kurgo greets him, and he's like, yo, you're here because a meteor's on its way. It's going to destroy our planet.
Who?
We need your help. It's already causing things to act up as it gets closer. It's causing waves in the water to be all weird and, all that other fun junk. Basically the same premise as the issue that we read last week where the moon was being drawn towards the Earth.
Right, coming toward us.
Same shit.
Yeah. So now it's on another planet. Your Earth is not even getting destroyed.
Recycling the same stories, just other places.
Right. And like, what? And it's so absurd. It works. That's why I like it. It's so absurd. It just works. Because they just willingly went on the plane, bro. They just went on it.
Thing gets mad.
Right. And what are you even mad for?
Punches the robot, doesn't do shit to the robot.
Oh, he's like a Terminator.
And then the robot throws him like he's a lawn dart. It's fantastic.
And they try to, it's all of them try to fight. And I'm like, y'all some bitches. Y'all know y'all fucked up the moment y'all walked on the fucking spaceship, bro.
Torch decides he's going to get involved.
Right.
He's about to go like supernova and blow up the fucking planet. And Sue steps in front of him and is like, yo, chill.
Could you imagine that?
Calm down.
He just go. He didn't like, yo.
So at that point, they all do agree that they will find a way to help.
That was like the most logical plan ever. And guess what? We're gonna blow up the planet. What? With us on it?
We then find out. Actually, I think it might be Kurog. I think I misspelled it the second time.
Oh shit!
I think I kept misspelling it.
Well, it's like Kurog, Kellogg cereal.
So then Kurog decides, or we find out the only reason Kurog wants to save the planet is not because he cares about his fucking people.
No, he don't give a shit about the people.
He just wants to rule them. That he likes being in charge. He likes being a ruler. Mm-hmm. So basically, he's a bitch.
Well, but they're bitches though too.
They are.
But he's a bitch also. That's why I like it. It's funny. Everybody's bitches here.
So then the Fantastic Four begin designing this gun that shoots some sort of weird gas that shrinks people.
Oh man, they know Ant-Man now?
So that all of Kurgo or Kurog's people can fit on a ship.
Sure.
And leave, because they only have one spaceship. They never cared about planetary travel.
No.
But they couldn't fit the entire race on one spaceship, so they're like, hey, if we get everybody small enough, we could fit them all onto this one spaceship. You can leave your planet, go find another one, start over. And Kurgo or Kurog is like, yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Right, this is like an awesome plan. Let's go with that. Sure, fuck it.
So they start to follow the plan.
Yeah.
Kurog or Kurgo, whatever the fuck his name is like, yo, your ship's over there, go get it. It's starting to fall apart, but they manage to make it to the escape ship and they start heading home. We then find out Kurog originally had planned on only using the enlarging gas on himself.
Right.
When they get where they're going, because he was going to be like this giant ruler and everybody else was just going to be a bunch of small people. But the canister that was supposed to have the growing formula, it's slowing him down, so he can't make it to the ship.
Yeah, he can't make it to the ship.
At which point the ship takes off without him.
Yeah.
And he dies.
Yeah, that's it.
But then we see how Savage Reed can be when he wants to be.
Yeah, sure.
And we find out that the enlarging gas actually did not exist. It was a fake canister that had absolutely nothing in it.
Right.
And he basically just told him that, hey, this is how you'll grow back when you get to where you're going. And Kurog was like, all right, cool. He did it just so they could escape without any issues.
Yeah, they would escape. They didn't think the people were going to survive, and they escaped on the pod as well.
It wasn't that they didn't think the people were going to survive.
I thought they
No, he knew the people. They basically said that the people were going to land wherever they were going to land, and it's honestly not going to be too much more different. They're just going to be small. Like, you'll be where you need to be, but you'll be small. Just start anew. Honestly, that just means you can fit more people on one world. Let's be real.
Right. And I was like, Ree, you can't give me no savage bitchy moment if you just willy-nilly hopped on a fucking spaceship by your damn self, bro.
That's how that issue ends. Here's my problems with the issue. First off,
it's the way you...
Reed is way too accepting of everything in life.
Okay?
Oh, Lord. He is like that dude that just never wants drama, right? He's like, oh, your girl is in love with Namor. That's fine.
Right. He's gonna. He said he want to impregnate
your girl.
Susie.
Your girl has a picture of Namor in the bookshelf.
In a bookshelf.
That's fine.
Picture. Oh wow.
Hey, Dr. Doom wants to send you to the past.
Right. Well, to get Blackbeard shit or whatever the fuck.
Hey,
that's fine.
These people want you to help save their planet. Okay.
This alien.
Grow a goddamn backbone. I know you don't have one because you can stretch and shit, but grow one because you're being a bitch, dude.
Like when the mole person from the first issue came in. Or second issue, or whatever. I will leave if I go with Sue. Okay, I'm gonna go. Rita, you're just gonna let her just be walked by the mole man? Like, are you gonna even say any? No, okay, fuck it, boom. And then all of a sudden, then you get this. That's why I don't like it. You get this one moment. It's like, oh, I'm a savage anyway. What?
No, it's like there is a dark side to Reed that I feel like is creeping up.
Like I hope it does. Maybe it will probably eventually start coming up.
But right now, I have lost more respect for Reed Richards as a character from these earlier comics.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I already was not a fan of the Fantastic Four as a whole. I love the Thing, and the Human Torch has his moments that I like him.
Right. I don't even care about Sue
Storm. I mean, she can turn invisible. Cool.
Right. I don't care about them too. That's so weird. That's weird.
But yeah, I've always found, Reed and Sue just kind of meh characters.
And now you're making it really meh because it's like when
she swoons over every fucking dude. He's all cool with it.
Right. And then you get this moment at the end of this issue. It's like. It comes like out of left field. It's like, okay, we don't got bitch. And I was like, yeah, I was smart along. No, you're not, bro. No, we're not gonna let this go. That you just walked your ass up in that. That whole spaceship could have been an explosive, bro. Nah, I'm good. That's why I said I'm cool. This was probably one of my best ones I liked about this issue. Oh yeah.
So then we go on to Strange Tales 101. It actually did not have a title. This was the one that was like featuring the Human Torch.
Right.
This was Published October 1st, 1962. Written by both Larry Lieber and Stan Lee. Penciled by Don Heck. Inked by Steve Ditko. We actually start off with the Human Torch racing and beating a guided missile.
Right.
But then he decides to stop by his house, gets dressed, and we get kind of a short origin story again of how the Fantastic Four got their powers.
It's funny, like, you know, think like, is he I was thinking like, he's monologue. I used to be a normal guy, then I got family.
Family.
He
Don Toretto'd that shit.
Right, he did.
So we then see the Destroyer, who's a new villain.
Yeah, he's new.
Watching an amusement park. And we see that the Destroyer has sent a letter to the newspaper saying that the construction of the amusement park must stop. We then see the guy, some guy testing a roller coaster, approaching danger, and then the track breaks.
Right.
So in this little short, this was like 3 pages worth of information in like 3 sentences. So
but you could have just put in 1 page, really.
Right.
That's cool.
So the guy at the newspaper is like, bullshit, and he throws the letter away.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no way nobody's that stupid.
Do you know
where your kids are?
Do you know this is the Fantastic Four? They're built on stupid. Did you not know that?
So he throws the paper away because it was written by the guy, the Destroyer.
Right. I'm just saying, like, do you know who your heroes are? Like, they're not really the sharpest tool in the shed here, people. Like, they're really not.
So then we see the dude testing roller coasters. He's approaching danger. Yep. The track breaks. Yep. Johnny causes smoke to rise from somebody's cigarette to completely smoke fill the area. At which point he flames on, flies, saves the dude from the roller coaster.
I mean, yeah,
disaster.
I'm happy you're not caught on fire, but he saves you.
No, if you look at the art. So he actually pulls the flame back to his elbow.
I thought he grabbed him. I said, he grabbed him pure fire. I'm like, bro, you about to burn his ass alive.
No. He's missing it because I think there's even a frame where he says, I need to make sure to pull the fire back from my hand so I can pick him up.
Okay, gotta say, bro, that is you're about to be caught by the sun.
The nose hairs are bothering me again. This is driving me batshit.
Oh no, not again.
I'm about to rip these fuckers out.
Don't do it, bro. Not on camera. Not on camera. Just like, yeah.
He returns to the group unnoticed after saving the guy. The newspaper then gets another note. This time it's like, hey, you seen what I almost did this last time? This time, it's going to be even worse. So he goes and tells the owner of the park. The owner of the park's like, yeah, you're full of shit. Right.
No one seems to actually give a shit about this situation. He's telling that there's a villain on the loose, goddammit. You don't seem to give a shit. Like, I don't understand. That's kind of crazy, man.
So then the next day, there's some people testing this ride.
Yep.
It's one of the ones that have like strings that come down from the circle that hold people. It's like a swing, kind of.
Yeah, like a
spinning swing thing. Swing. I don't fucking know what to call it.
They got those at the carnival. Yeah, and King's Island. Yeah.
And it all of a sudden just starts to fall apart.
Right, he's saying that it's going down in Yellow Timber.
Johnny shoots off fireworks to distract the people that are watching, and then he changes into the torch and goes and welds where things are falling apart so that it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
Which actually made sense. I'm glad they went that route.
Please do, because all other times I do shit, it's weird.
He then creates a decoy of himself. He creates another fire person and then dips off, and everybody sees him, and he turns back into his, Johnny Storm. He walks into the group as the Human Torch thing dissipates.
Which, you know that he doesn't wear a mask when he does this shit, so you should be able to see his face when he. It's like he's trying to keep a secret identity. It's like, you didn't know he's the Fantastic Four?
No, because he doesn't wear his Fantastic Four outfit in public. Oh, that's... Nobody knows he's
I'm trying to think, like,
one and the same.
I mean, I would put 2 + 2 is 4, but sure. It's just kind of weird. Like, what? Like, you can't tell?
Right.
There's pictures everywhere.
So then the Destroyer sends another note.
Oh yeah,
challenging the Torch.
Right, because you keep fucking with me.
So he's about to leave to meet the Destroyer, but then the Thing stops him and is like, "Yo, let me help."
Yeah,
The Thing's like, "I will fuck some people up."
Because you told me that he was there, and I read. I said, "Oh, there's a thing," and then Johnny's like, "I got this."
Johnny's like, "Nah, I got this."
And I'm like, well, fuck you too. He should have just, you know what? That would have made this little comic a little more better. And the Thing still just showed up, just like, Thing, smash. I thought that was Hulk. Don't fucking matter. Let me do me. Like, oh, okay.
It's clobbering time.
It's clobbering time. Bam. He just like a superhero landing on the Destroyer's head.
So Johnny goes into the cabin that
Right.
he's supposed to be meeting this dude at, but it triggers a trap where he's doused in liquid foam, which, by the way, happens a lot, it seems. Sue's done it. He's now had like 3 villains douse him in this weird foam shit that puts out the fire. Like, dude, stay away from liquids.
You would think by now he's been with that for like what, a couple of years. You think he'd be like, "Yo, liquid's bad."
Right. So then the destroyer is about to walk in, but then he hears some kids coming and decides he's going to run off.
Man, fuck that. Let me stop. Why the kids stop? I don't know. Fuck that.
Johnny thinks fast, runs out, and he's like, "Yo, have any of you guys seen which way the torch went? I was here to meet him. You know, I followed him all the way out here, but then he just disappeared." And they're like, "No, we haven't seen him." Good cover up.
Right. You guys see the torch? Nah, man. I'm trying to get my cotton candy.
But yeah, they didn't see anything, obviously.
Right. I mean, obviously, they didn't, no liquid form, no fire, no nothing, just nothing, not a damn thing.
So then Johnny has a hunch.
Like you always do.
He returns to the amusement park and realizes that it's only the tall rides that are being sabotaged. So he flies up to the top of them and realizes that he sees a Russian sub in the water off the shore. Mm-hmm. It goes under because they notice that the torch is up there, but then torch heats up the water in a way to push them back up because it's even getting too hot for them.
Right.
Hi, baby. Did you come to fight or did you come to get up? You came to fight.
The cat was playing dead for like 3 seconds, and then it got up like it was alive. So, you're not touching me. Don't touch me.
So yeah, he causes them to come back up. The Coast Guard shows up. Johnny burns a hole in the side of the sub, runs in, burns the gun out of Destroyer's hands. They then Scooby-Doo the Destroyer and unmask him, and we find out it's actually Charles Stanton, who is the publisher of the local newspaper. So he was putting on an act for everyone.
He was just trying to get he's just trying to be famous, y'all. That's all.
No, he was selling secrets to the Russians.
Which that was crazy.
Off that coastline. But the amusement park allowed people to see his private beach.
Right.
And then he flew off. Torch flew off. Yeah, I'm just being 100% real with everyone here. Reading this at the very end, literally in my mind, I pictured him going, "I'd have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids."
I was ready for it, man. Or like the Wicked Witch of the West. "I'll get you again, my pretty, and your little flame too." Like, "You ain't gonna catch me, bitch, flame on." I was ready to get like some little cheesy...
They Scooby-Dooed the shit out of it, dude.
Right. It went like, Charles Stanton. That's what Scooby... This is... I mean, I know it's Marvel, but it's just... Charles Stanton, the publisher? They just say it at the same time. It's like,
right.
Yeah. And Big Red still should have came and clobbered the shit out of him, though. Just,
right.
That would have been a good moment. Just like, as soon as he flew off, Ben Grimm comes out of nowhere. Bam!
The good news is we're actually getting close to all these Tales of Astonish and Journey into Mystery being done.
Yeah, because now this should be
soon.
Soon. Right.
All right, so then we get Tales to Astonish number 36. This one was called The Challenge of Comrade X. This one had one of my favorite endings. Overall.
That plot was
which, by the way, the Fantastic Four issue I would have given probably 3 out of 5 stars as well.
Probably gave it like 4. I would give it 4.
And then this last one, the Fantastic Four or the Human Torch one, I probably would have given 2.
2, right? It's like, you get anything lower than that, we're gonna promise, bro. I like how he just stopped talking for like 30 seconds.
What is wrong with you? My cat needs...
It's possessed.
Fucking...
A priest. And some rosemary, holy water, probably sprayed down. He said Ritalin.
Alright.
And they're like, "Man, why does this taste so good? Why am I... Yo, it's that's because that shit's kicking in, bro. It's working."
Alright.
Stop moving.
So, the next one's Tales to Astonish number 36, Challenge of Comrade X. Published October 1st, 1962. Written by Stan Lee. Penciled by Jack Kirby. Inked by Dick Ayers. Alright.
You know when Dick Ayers is in this, this must be one hell of a good comic book right now. This will be a good one.
So we start off with Ant-Man saving
Ant-Man save Ant-Man. Yes, he does.
Saving a group of bank robbers who were dumb enough to end up on World's Dumbest Criminals. They were robbing a bank and got locked in the bank vault.
Oh my god!
And Ant-Man has to save them before they run out of air. And of course,
yeah, because they were dying.
and then meanwhile, while this is happening, we also see a Russian leader wanting to send Comrade X to stop Ant-Man and steal the formula so they can shrink whole armies and send them into enemy nations.
I guess, sure. I guess maybe he was at the press conference when he showed it. He said, I can make this shit grow. We can help people. I guess he was probably one of those Russian spies that was there. Just there.
Probably.
Just watching you. Like in Captain America. He was just there. Like from Hydra.
So, of course, he does end up rescuing the stupid fucking criminals.
I wouldn't. I'd be like,
and then the
you
police,
want me to save you? Damn.
And then the police are there to arrest them.
Oh, yeah, they're right there, Wayne.
But we actually find out, so Ant-Man, so people are going around asking how Ant-Man seems to always know where to be. And we actually find out Ant-Man has a network of ants placed all over the city where they relay information back to him, telling him where he needs to be to do what he needs to do.
Right. I mean, yeah.
It just sounds like a reason to, yeah.
I mean, that's Ant-Man. Really, that's Ant-Man just being Ant-Man. Like, he just has those way of... he talk to ants, so, yeah.
And then Henry also says that he has found a way to actually change the serum into gas form, so it's easier to inhale and transform as opposed to always needing to pour it on him.
Right.
Actually, I'm glad they're evolving the formula because I'm still waiting for them to become Pym particles as opposed to just being this weird like liquid and gas and shit.
Liquid thing going on here. So that's cool.
So this lady that was in the damsel in distress, so to speak. She's in the police station begging to talk to Ant-Man. There's a huge problem, and he's like, Ant-Man eventually finds her. He sees her getting into the cab. Right. He dives into the cab as Ant-Man.
Because he wanted to date her. No.
Dives into her purse, rides in the purse on the way home. That's not creepy.
Right. Like, I will talk to this girl. She seems like she seems like a nice lady. I'm going to catch a ride.
She has no clue he's there.
Nope, I guess fucking not.
They get to her house. She gets inside. He jumps out the purse and grows.
That would...
You want to talk about being creepy. Oh. Like, we know Hank Pym eventually turns into, like, an abusive fucking husband.
Right.
But, like, I think it started before that.
Bro, like...
You're just going to pop up in her house and be like, hey...
In what world in your brain is that I'm gonna catch a ride and I'm gonna just grow in front of her house? Like 1 minute I wasn't there, now I am there, and just say, hey, how's it going? Hi, hey, how are you?
Right.
And then next scene, police shoot him, and then we're done. Ant-Man's done. We got Hank Pym. No, I'm just kidding.
So then the damsel in distress warns him that Comrade X is here to capture him to get the formula. So Ant-Man's like, all right.
Right, not question her.
Let's
who
go.
The hell is Comrade X? But sure,
let's go to him.
Right. They don't do a lot of questions. There's no questions on anything. We're just gonna go ahead and let's just gun it. Let's just see where this goes.
So Ant-Man heads over to the cargo ship, but then he's trapped because the Comrade X knew that he was there, or he was coming through.
He's coming through.
Except, however, Comrade X fucked up and left holes in it.
Yeah, I don't know why he made a box made of holes in it.
He was able to send signals through the thing to have ants come in, and they attacked the guard that was standing there. The guard dropped the gun perfectly enough for it to fall on top of the glass case and break the glass case.
Not fall to the side or back, just bang.
Or, not bounce off the glass case.
Or Ricochet shoot Ant-Man. Somehow, like, the bullet just somehow launches into him. But no, just bounce off the glass case.
So they rescue him.
Yep.
He gets out. He goes through some weird duct system, and he ends up having the ants attack a nearby guard. Oh, no, that was the one where he did that. He then attacks a radio operator.
Right.
And then uses the radio to contact authorities. He then uses the ants and has them lock a bunch of the Russians in a room.
Right.
Which was actually pretty smart. I'll give him that.
Right, at least he's doing something smart compared to Reed Richards. Right.
At which point Ant-Man does find Comrade X. Now, he is actually surprised when Comrade X is like, yo, I know you're here.
Right.
Let me spray you with this DDT.
Yeah, DDT spray shit. What?
And right when he's about to do it, the ants gather on the light bulb, making the room completely dark.
Completely dark.
At which point Ant-Man runs up, ties his shoelaces together, pushes him over.
The most cartoon way again. Oh, no.
And then we get back-to-back Scooby-Doo moments.
Yo, right.
So then Ant-Man has the ants take the mask off of Comrade X.
Right.
Which it turns out his face is actually a mask, and it reveals Madam X, who is actually the female
damsel in distress.
That was the damsel in distress at the police station.
I would have punched her in the face. I'm like, why you gotta be doing this?
Ant-Man even tells him, he's like, I actually knew it was you when I was writing in your purse. I seen the mask. I seen this. And I'm like, stop going through her shit.
See? That too. And you see? She's in the creepy shit too. Y'all both deserve each other. Y'all both weird, man.
Now, after this, the Coast Guard comes, arrests the Russians. Ant-Man rides off into the sunset on one of his flying ants. Now,
or so we thought.
Just Ultron a weird prediction. I think Madam X is the start of Black Widow as a character.
Right,
because her art was actually very much similar to what I'm used to seeing Black Widow look like in the comics.
Right.
And there's a good chance with her starting off as a Russian spy, she'll eventually do the whole flip-flop back and forth thing, and at some point end up in S.H.I.E.L.D., whatever.
Right.
But I do think that is... I'm probably wrong. This is, again, this is just my prediction. I do think she will eventually become Black Widow.
Well, yeah, it had like a Black Widow, like 00 vibe to it, where it's like she wanted to be the plot here. So yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Maybe make like the Red Room for the first time ever, or like a real legit kind of Red Room-esque way. So
right,
okay, and they were Russians.
I gave that issue a 3. I loved the ending.
Yeah, I gave it a 3. This was better than whatever the fuck I was just watching from the
reading from the Human Torch.
Right, from the Human Torch. Like that was like, why? Like what?
So then next up we get Journey into Mystery number 86.
Yep.
This is called Thor the Mighty on the Trail of the Tomorrow Man.
This was interesting.
This gave me Kang vibes.
Right, like damn, are you Kang? You didn't tell nobody? Zord, what the fuck your name is?
So. This was published in November 1st, 1962. We're finally almost out of the 62 era, by the way.
Right.
I'll be excited when we get to 63.
Right. Just like
written,
get 1 year up.
Written by Stan Lee, penciled by Jack Kirby, inked by Dick.
Yeah, that's gonna be an awesome one. It's gonna be a good one.
So we actually start off 3 centuries ahead in time, which is it's like 2262 or something, 64 or something.
We're gonna get there eventually.
It's 2262.
So 2024, like right now.
And there's a guy by the name of Zarko who is planning to conquer humanity.
Yep.
He's created a time machine and plans to go back to the 20th century to obtain the power of the atomic bomb.
Sure, fine. And then Kang is like right alongside with him, just he's in the cockpit with him, just like, hey, can I try this? No, you are my pupil. We're going to do this together.
Right. No. So then, meanwhile. Back in 1962,
right.
Thor is helping with testing American missiles. The first test, they launch a missile, and then they launch an anti-missile, and then Thor has to outrace the anti-missile to try and destroy the first missile, which he does, but he barely does it, and everyone's like, hey, we're getting better at this. Like, the anti-missiles are getting faster. That's what we need.
More shit to blow up.
And then, in the next test, Thor is basically supposed to... is strapped with a bunch of reading equipment, like
little dots and shit.
Like, well, with the little patches.
Sonars and shit.
Like the little patches are supposed to detect how your body reacts and things like that. And they're basically just going to blow up this atomic bomb in his face. And he's like, yeah, I can take it.
Pause.
I will take it all in the face.
Me and my Mjolnir's
Me and Mia got this.
I'm a particular
By the way,
man.
It's not even named Mia.
No,
yet.
it's not. It's what the fuck? I forgot what they named it to.
It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name.
It's just Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer. God damn it.
But lo and behold, when they're about to do the test, they're doing the countdown. Zarko shows up, steals the bomb. Thor tries to catch up with him, throws his hammer. The hammer scrapes the ship as the ship evaporates back into wherever he goes. And unfortunately, Zarko escapes. I say unfortunately because that means we have more to read.
Right.
So,
God damn it.
Thor then flies off to the top of a mountain. He gets teleported, and he calls for Odin to help.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be T-Rex. I mean Heimdall. I mean Barney. Where the fuck that thing? I thought it was gonna get Barney. Gonna get him.
And Odin's like, "Yo, you should remember how to do this. Just attach the metal to your hammer, spin the hammer, and it will take you to where you need to go."
Oh yeah, here we go. Whoa, here we go. This is happening. Damn straight. You gotta spin that bitch.
So he does it.
Yeah.
He gets to where he's going, and he's like, yo, he's talking to the crowd, and the crowd's like, hey, Zarko actually came back like a month ago. It's 2262. He ended up ruling the world. He like, nobody has weapons. He has this C-bomb. If any of us act up, he's going to blow us all to bits. And Thor's like, all right, I've got a plan.
Damn it. That's what he said. No.
Fuck you guys. I'm out.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's what he should have said. Fuck this shit.
Like,
I'm out.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. I'm gonna do what Fantastic Four should have did and just leave. Fuck these people.
So Zarko sees Thor.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, guards, go!" And the guards like, "Should we?"
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, he'll blow us up if we don't. All right, let's go."
And it's like my first day. He told me I was gonna get a raise right now.
So they die anyways.
Right. I'm a part-timer.
They drive really, really fast.
Oh my god.
And somebody drops a tree that's wrapped in a black cloak right in front of their car and flips them.
Because why?
Now, it did not say that they died, but I'm telling you, the way they were driving, they're gone. All right.
Oh, they're gone. They were like, "Hey, yo, you want to do this?" Like, man, I'm only part-time. You full-time. I don't want to die like this.
They're in comic heaven talking about, man, I'm tired of being extras.
Right. For the fifth time in 10 issues from span of 5 different hero characters. I'm a comic extra. God damn it.
So Thor continues running.
Yep.
And Thor has no idea who the character in the black cloak is. But he's appreciative.
It's White Tiger.
Of the help.
It's Tommy Oliver. It's the White Tiger Zord. White Tiger Zord. It's Tommy Oliver Power Rangers. He just
fuck that. It's the Dragon Zord. All right.
It's not.
I need the whistle.
It's the Green Ranger. He was just in a cloak the entire time.
Go Green Ranger. Go
Green Ranger. Go Green Ranger. I'm sorry. That's it.
So Thor eventually reaches Zarko.
Of course, because nobody else can beat the shit out of him.
Zarko's like, hey, you did not see my trap door. He triggers the trap door.
And that's what he should have been like, I can fly, bitch.
Which leads to this magnetized room that's like pulling him everywhere. In which way?
Drop the hammer.
But then all of a sudden we see this hammer fly in out of nowhere and crash the machine he's using to control the magnetism. And we actually find out the cloaked figure was actually Thor. And the person that was Thor is actually somebody just dressed as Thor to do the trickery. And I was like, that was a nice bait and switch.
I mean, he's dead, so whoever's there is gone.
No, he's still alive.
Oh, I thought because just going all like flying all over the place.
No, because he even looks up and looks at Thor and he's like, "Thanks, if you would have taken if you would have been a little too much longer, I probably wouldn't have made it."
Right, because I'm like, when I read that, I was like, "Bro, that decoy is dead. Please, there gotta be some kind of reassurance that this person is still breathing, or whatever the fuck this person is still breathing."
Right. So I did like the bait and switch. It was fun.
Oh no, bait and switch was cool.
But then Zarko pulls this weird dimension gun because apparently,
he has a plan B.
He has a weapon,
bro.
No one does but him.
And where the hell is Jeb? When weapons come, Jeb should be like on deck for everything.
Well, he goes to shoot Thor.
Right.
And then Thor blows himself out of that.
With his hammer.
A lot like how he
likes to blow shit up in his face.
So he likes to do this whole hurricane wind thing from his mouth.
Oh,
and like
God.
he did it. I can't make this not sound kinky. He did it by blowing a curtain off of him that covered him.
Yep, that covered him.
In the last one. And in this one, he's like, I will not go to another dimension. And he didn't. He's like, not doing it.
He's like, I'm blowing right as I'm going to blow Zarkar down. I'm going to blow Zarkar now.
So then Zarko runs, leads Thor into this like weird robot trap.
I told you, this is all kinky shit from here on out now.
And then one of the robots actually takes the hammer from Thor.
Finally. Damn, I was like waiting for it to happen. So then
Thor's like, nah, fuck this. He rips his hands into the ground and rips out a water pipe and starts spraying the robots.
Wait, how the hell are you still Thor? Should you drop back down to Blake?
Apparently in 2262, they still had not had waterproof robots yet.
Right, damn. He short circuit too. Oh, you poor bastard.
So he short circuits all of the robots.
Like, that's it.
He gets his hammer back just before he turns into Dawn. Like 1 second to go.
What the fuck? Like, shouldn't you be what? Sure.
That's how it always goes, though.
Right.
It's always with 1 second to spare.
Like when he threw Loki. 1 second to spare. And I'm somehow Thor and not Blake.
Zarko jumps in a spaceship and he's now planning to destroy the entire world.
Right.
But Thor conjures up a mighty storm. And then he like shakes the ship like you're shaking, the unfortunate kid that's not as strong as you to get change out of his pockets.
And if you don't give me pride, it'll put your head in the toilet, give you a swirly.
So he starts shaking the ship until the bomb falls out, and then he catches the bomb.
And he throws it right back at the
No.
That was funny shit.
He catches. Thanks to whoever just subbed to the actual.
You're awesome. Sub to us though too.
Right.
We do shit somewhat.
So he saves the bomb just as the spaceship starts to crash.
Now sub to
Thank
pound
you.
and slash. He does other things.
Let me see. There we go. The package. Okay. So he then comes from. So as Zarko comes from the wreckage, though, after the spaceship crashes,
Right.
he no longer remembers who he is.
Of course. Yeah, he has amnesia.
He ends up having amnesia.
Like most of these villains.
The
sometimes
crowd
do.
thanks Thor. Thor returns in 1962. The army people were like, "Hey, yo, thanks, Thor. We don't have any clue how you do it." And he's like, "You wouldn't believe me anyways." And they're like, "All right." So then he goes back to his
Right. Yeah.
he goes back to his life as Dr. Donald Blake.
Right.
And then Jane's like, "Man, I wish I worked for Thor instead of Don."
Right. I wish I had that. I wish they ever.
Thor's more of a man
Than
than
you,
Don
Don.
is.
That hammer and that sweet hammer, that God-loving hammer.
Pound me with that hammer
all
any day.
day. He can blow. He can
And
blow with that hammer.
then Don's like off over here being like, "If you only knew."
Right. Well, right. I got all of it.
Your mother only knew.
Hey. That's it.
Sorry.
No, that's great. Let's keep going.
It gets a 3 for me. Honestly, it would have been a 2, but the bait and switch was good enough for me to be like, hey, it was worth reading once.
Man, it's like 2.5. Better. I know 3. I'm gonna give it 3 because nothing's gonna beat that Human Torch. That's gonna stay probably 2 for here on out.
Your mother. That song's gonna be stuck in my head now.
That's gonna be rent free.
All right. So, Strange Tales 102, Prisoner of the Wizard, November 1st, 1962. Written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber. Penciled by Jack Kirby. Inked by Steve Ditko.
See, we didn't get Dick, so we already know this is gonna be a shitty.
Dick.
We got Dick Ayers. What? This is let you know it's gonna be a bad one.
And you know how we know it's bad? It immediately starts off with a flashback to the last Torch story.
Right? What the man, dude?
No.
I was out, bro. I'm out, man.
It's like, last time I was in a comic book by myself, this is what happened.
Like they want you to. Can you imagine being a little kid?
But now the way they're doing it, though, I will say is creative.
Yeah, it's creative.
So they're in a movie theater, and the movie theater itself is showing a news coverage of, because that's actually how movie theaters used to.
Yeah.
That's one of the things they used to do back then. You would
Yeah.
go see a movie,
you like
and you'd get news to start
Instead
off.
of
It wasn't
previews.
ads.
Right.
It was all
It
news.
was all news, right?
So that's how they're telling the backstory,
Right.
which at least it was creative instead of him, the character just being like, "Oh yeah, man, I remember last week.
Right. Oh man,
she stuck her finger in my butt."
Shit again. Start fingering. I was blowing everybody like
Your sister? No, not Sue.
No, not Sue. You wasn't blowing Sue? No, I was helping people. No, are you sure? Like you lied.
But we also see the wizards in the theater, and so does everybody else.
Oh,
Everybody's like, "Hey, look, it's the wizard!" And we actually, on his way home, we actually find out once he gets there that he's achieved a lot as a person.
yeah,
He's got this mansion that's filled with inventions.
He's like Batman and Iron Man put together.
with inventions, or full of inventions, not filled of. But we also see that he's beaten a robot at chess 10 times, 20 times in a row. He's completed dangerous escape magic, a lot like Houdini.
Right.
The only thing he feels he hasn't done yet is defeat the mighty Human Torch.
Like this person was like his set goal, like not to beat Thor, not the Hulk, not nobody, not Jeb, just the Torch. Like that, bro. What? Sure, fine.
Right.
Let's go with that.
So then,
Curse you.
Wizard devises his plan.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He drills a hole into Earth. He said he's going to drill to the center of the Earth.
No, that's where the Mole Man lives. No.
He gets so far down and then stops and then he does this on purpose, causes himself to get trapped. Everyone's going to think he's close to dying. He's got like weeks worth of oxygen. He didn't mention having food, so I don't know where his mind was.
Right, what the...
He's like, I can breathe until I can't.
Because I have no food.
Because I have no food.
Right, yeah.
I'm
dying. Somebody help me.
So Torch comes, burrows himself into the earth because apparently he's
How the hell would he know? Never mind.
He was watching TV.
Oh, that's right.
There was news coverage.
Because at first I was like, how the hell would he know? Because apparently, like, when I'm reading these comics, it's like, how do you know this shit, sir? Like, where these guys are at, man. Like, are you now, like, Superman with the X-ray vision? Like, that's crazy, but, yeah.
So then the wizard, thanks him and is like, yo, how about I take you to my place so you can see all the wonderful things? George is like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of
I just met you, but here's my number. Call me maybe.
Is this crazy?
Maybe. So Wizard then, when they get in the house, he shows them all these cool inventions he has. He says, hey, yo, Something I do with all my guests. I have these cameras, and it takes a 3-dimensional photo of
Man,
you.
I told you this is gonna be weird where we're going.
And
it's a weird house.
Torch is like, yeah, cool. I'd love to see myself in 3D.
And
then all of a sudden, instead of the cameras being cameras, they're actually hitting with chemical foam, which actually only puts him out from the neck down.
Right.
So he still doesn't know who Torch is.
Right. Right. He could just. Never mind. He gets. I know you are.
So then Wizard pulls a gun on him, locks him in a room, and says, "I'm now going to ruin your reputation." He disguises himself as a Human Torch. He has this like a asbestos filled suit.
Yeah.
But he also lights it on fire. It always burns. He has jetpacks so he can fly.
Right. Make these.
And basically makes him look pretty much just like the Human Torch. But then he begins to do things as the Human Torch, by robbing banks, setting prisoners free, destroying statues, trapping people on a bridge, and is like, you can't get through without paying the toll.
He did your mom.
And this is where he did your mom.
That's where he did your mom, right there. That next pedal over.
So basically, just ruining
Yep.
Torch's reputation.
And where the hell the Fantastic Four? Fuck no. Who gives a shit? Let's go.
So the solution for Torch eventually wears off. He can go completely on fire again, and he's able to burn hot enough now that he can just go through asbestos too. You know, there's no rules to this anymore. We just burn through whatever the fuck we need to.
But yeah, remember though, issue 2, he just caused somebody to go permanently blind from here on out. So what are rules of these comic books anymore, man?
Right. So Torch then finds the Wizard, who is now just in a car, kicking it. And Wizard's like, yo, you can't fight me here. If that happens, this is gonna happen. He's like, but meet me at the house tonight for the final showdown. And Torch is like,
I'm not doing that.
Torch pulled his best Reed impersonation and was like, aight. And then he makes a call. They don't say who it's to. He says he makes a call. Okay,
right.
Cool. Make that call.
You could have just picked him up, threw his ass in prison, and we're done. But no, I'll meet you at the house. Fuck it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said that the only way to get proof to clear his name was, and he needs to clear his name, or he's going to be a villain. Unwillingly.
Right.
So later that night, Torch shows up, and Wizard gives him a choice. He's like, you can either burn me alive and take the pictures that I have showing.
Bro, I would have done the first option.
Or
that would have been an or.
Flame off and fight me like a man.
Nope. All right. Good job, guys. I would.
When Torch doesn't make a decision in less than one panel, he decides he's going to throw the pictures into the fire. But as he throws them, they start floating, and Torch is doing like some weird hand movements.
Man, he's doing fire bending, bro.
And
he's an avatar now.
The pictures go to his hand.
Perfectly
into his hand. And so my immediate initial thing was like, cool, Doctor Strange made it. He's finally in the Marvel Universe. And then I thought about it, and I was like, no, I know what this is, and this is dumb. And it is. So then, Wizard admits defeat because Torch now has the pictures. There was no fight. Wizard's
That's what I said. We would have just... Or, no. Thank you.
Wizards admitted his loss.
He would have been a skeleton.
Torch calls the cops. The cops come. He gives the photos and the Wizard to the cops. The cops are like, hey, you're right, it wasn't you. Have a good day.
No, cops should be like, why is there a charred body on the ground? Fuck that guy.
He got too close to the fireplace.
Right. Yeah, I'm a part-timer. It's like the rope. I'm a part-timer, so...
We see Torch walk off, and
I guess so.
We see the Invisible Girl
where the fuck?
show up, and he's like, thanks for the help, sis. And that's where I was like, that wasn't even a twist.
That wasn't even a twist.
Thank you for ruining this comic.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
Big sister just had to save little bro's ass.
Yeah, because, they wanted... Never mind. They wanted to sue bro's ass. They want to see when Invisible and Hawk go together.
I gave this issue a 3.
I gave it a
I think I'm downgrading it to a 2.
To a 2? I was gonna say I gave it a 1 because this was awful.
I'm so sick of.
It was pointless. Thanks, Sue.
This is gonna be a constant problem in Marvel for a while.
Yeah, I know, because and like
we're gonna get retarded aliens coming through that don't know how to take over planets. We're gonna get
retarded people, retarded heroes.
We're gonna get heroes that are constantly trying to give their girlfriends up to marriage to other guys.
Aliens, not even other guys to other aliens, other species. Like
other species. Sure. Like I'm pretty sure at some point Howard the Duck's gonna show up and
Reed's
Reed's gonna be like,
"Go ahead and take.
Go ahead.
I'm not even going to fight you. You are.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm sick of the aliens already.
It's
like I can now see why people that read comics got made fun of. I'm sure the first couple people as a group were probably like, "Hey, this is pretty cool."
Yeah, I mean, how about this?
And then
at
you're like,
time, I bet they were like, "Yo, this is lit." At the time, like 60s comics, I bet they were like, "Yo, this is cool." Now reading back, like this is corny. Like it's corny, bro. Like what the hell? You can either say you could burn me alive, or say that I would have just flame. All right, thank you. I'm going to police. Bye.
You are a post-toasty.
Right. You are now a Pop-Tart overcooked. Thank you. I'm going home now.
Some butter, you might be good.
You are now burnt chicken. You are way too barbecue chicken.
But no, it's not the corniness. The corniness doesn't bother me.
No, it's not. It's just
what bothers me
choices,
is
man.
the reusing of the same kinds of stories over and over again. Like how many times have we seen hypnotizing? How many times have we seen Reed try to give Suzanne away in marriage? How many times have we seen fucking aliens?
Like it didn't just, like I would have been cool if it just stopped with
hypnotizing. Everyone's hypnotizing everyone.
Right, negative energy. I would have stopped.
That was a first.
That's for right. I would just stop with the scrolls, and then I would have just went with there. But then it's like, okay, that's why I said I love Loki. Loki's cool, but you didn't gave me all these characters. That's why I didn't care for that issue. Now it was cool. I said for you, that's fine. But I'm like, you gave me every single.
And like every alien has like a robot henchman,
and they always have a gun. Like that's crazy.
Like you remember Kurog or whatever the fuck his name is, the dude from Planet X. He had like a robot
just
fucking
one
army.
robot that yeah.
And then somebody, it wasn't who was the other one that had a robot?
It was wasn't it last week? No, 2 weeks.
The Thor one, the Tomorrow Man.
Tomorrow. Yeah, he also he had 2.
So the Tomorrow Man had a robot army.
Right.
Kurok or whatever the fuck his name is had just a robot.
Right.
Flung thing like a fucking lawn dart. But no, I want to like when Doom's around, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, at least
fun.
And when Namor's around, know it's about to be
ooh. Fun,
like, you know,
especially when they're together. Namor decides he's just gonna punch Doom in the face. Even more fun,
right? And then Doom is like, "I'm about to fuck up your girl, physically and mentally, and maybe a little bit sexually too." And he said, "Don't fuck with my girl. I'm gonna fuck with your girl, bro." That's it. But then we get all this other
Loki.
stuff.
Loki was actually pretty dope.
I
had no problem with that journey into mystery. I actually thought Loki was a fun little introduction.
And how he came apart to be, yeah. But it's just damn.
But as a whole, like I'm just over this using the same themes.
And you just know, like once we keep going, we're gonna.
It's gonna drive us batshit.
Yeah, probably when we get to the 80s, we probably maybe the 70s, maybe the 70s.
I doubt it.
You think we might still keep like the same formula of what it's doing all the way up to the 80s?
Probably. Oof. All right, so again,
we get more Spider-Man stuff, then it probably won't.
I gave the Loki issue a 3 out of 5 stars.
What did I give it? Did I give it 3? I give it 3.
I'm rating them on the website.
Right.
I clicked the button. Go. And then we had Fantastic Four number 7.
I think I gave that a 4. That was
I gave it a 3 as well. If I
gave it a 4. I thought it was cool. It was cool. It's something.
All right, it's decided it wants to take way longer than I really want to wait for it to fucking do its thing.
Oh damn.
So I'm gonna just go to the order. Main 616. I'm trying to let you guys know what we're going to cover next week. Oh, while this is taking its time and doing its thing, something I wanted to point out, by the way. So last week, right, we actually had a conversation about what we were going to cover this week, and it was going to be the original Captain America run.
Right.
But we ran into some problems. So I looked it up, and apparently Marvel does not consider that as a part of the main story, even though they do.
Right.
It's weird. Since it wasn't technically a part of Marvel Comics, they don't include it in the main continuity.
They're more like a reference. It's like, hey, you want to look at 22 issues or was it 30 issues of Captain America? Sure.
Right.
I mean, we don't care. I mean, I'm happy that if you want to look at the Howley Commandos and all that, but fine. I don't care about that, though.
What is taking so long? You know what? All right, now that the fucking website finally loaded, what we're going to cover next week is The Incredible Hulk, number 4, but it's a double issue. So that's going to count as 2 comics for us. It's 2 stories.
Okay.
Story A and Story B.
So it wouldn't be like part A, part B. These are just two separate ones altogether.
They're two separate stories.
Okay.
But there's A story, B story.
Okay.
But it's a 2-in-1 issue of Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that's not bad. Not that bad.
And then we're going to cover Fantastic Four number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Tales To Astonish number 37, which is another Hank Pym story. We're going to get a Strange Tales number 103, which is going to be another Human Torch story.
Yay.
And then we're going to finish with Fantastic Four number 9, which actually looks to be really cool. It looks like they're running out of money to fund what they do, so they got to do other things.
OnlyFans.
Kind of.
Let's go. Thing is going to be doing his thing. OnlyFans, it's clobber time. My booty. Shake it.
And what's really cool, again, they are all on Marvel University or Unlimited, whatever the fuck you call it. So I will be able to read them on the Unlimited app.
Yes, sir.
Which makes my life easy, honestly. But yeah, so that'll be next week's episode issues. I'm actually excited for it.
Yeah, it looks good. That sounds like good. We haven't seen Incredible Hulk in a minute, so let's come back to that.
Last week.
Yeah.
And we get 2 stories from him. So we're going to get 2 Hulk stories, 2 Fantastic Four stories, and then an Ant-Man, and then a Human Torch. So I'm here for it. And then next week after that, we'll actually be able to cover, it's another Thor story, another Ant-Man, another double Hulk.
That's
issue.
weird. How come we don't... I mean, I guess Spider-Man was just a one-off until later on, so...
Yeah, Spider-Man, it's going to be several weeks before we get to the...
Right, I'm thinking like, damn, when we gonna get another Spider-Man one? Damn, we getting all, not bad. We're getting all like, nah, I'm cool with that. I was like, so he's like appeared in... Alright.
I can't wait till we get back to Spider-Man, because I want to say it was like it's his first actual issue of his own. Here, hand me the Spider-Man number 1 there. That top one there.
No shit.
Preferably without destroying
destroying the shit.
It looks like... So, the first issue of Spider-Man actually has 2 stories in it.
Okay.
When was it published? It was on August 15th, probably of 63, to be honest.
Oh, shit.
Or no, that was The Amazing Fantasy. March of probably 63 would be my guess.
Damn, we got to wait like, a couple weeks. Wow, that's crazy.
So it'll be a few weeks.
Right.
And it honestly could have even been, I'm pretty sure it was 63 though. Because I don't think they waited that long to bring Spider-Man back. At some point, they misname him, and it's funny. Because it had me confused, like I had a wrong copy. Mm-hmm. Like somebody flubbed up on the printing. Mm-hmm. And no, it was apparently permanently like that, so... That's always fun. Anyways, I guess that is going to do it, guys. Again, I'm excited now that we get more Hulk. Mm-hmm. And we're actually going to get Hulk and Fantastic Four stories as our main bunch. So we're only going to get one small Human Torch story. Hopefully it honestly, it only looks like it can go up. It's not been that great as far as his own single stories.
Yeah.
Ant-Man's always been fun because Ant-Man's done some weird things.
Right. One minute he's scared of the damn things, now he loves the damn things, then he got betrayed by he's like, oh, okay.
So I'm enjoying Henry's trip down whatever the fuck it is he's doing.
Right.
I'm wondering when Hank becomes the person though, or if Henry changes his name to Hank. Mm-hmm. I don't fucking know.
I guess I think I already know my MVP would probably be Karag.
Yeah, so that was the next step.
Yeah.
Karag,
the one-off villain.
Just for being able to capture the...
Hell, that easy. That fucking easy. I mean, Doctor Doom did it easy, too.
So here's my question. So he used that ray to make everybody all fucking,
right,
mad at each other.
Or mad at each other, right. I'm sorry, yeah.
Does it wear off? Like, when they get back to Earth, are they going to be welcomed back?
I mean, nobody really explained that, I guess... Yeah, I guess in their little area, yeah.
I mean, we don't know because we haven't got to the next issue of Fantastic Four yet.
Bro, they can...
But nobody seems to be mad at Human Torch now, though both of his issues were after that. So, I mean...
Right. That is... Maybe it was temporarily. It's so crazy, man. And, like, owners, I pick Krog as, like I said, because Dr. Doom, he did persuade him, but but they had a little fight first. This man came down with Jarvis and said, come with me.
If you want to live.
And they're like, no question. And then And then it's like, oh, now I'm gonna start fighting you because I want questions. No, you don't get those questions because you willingly got on the spaceship. You never really questioned everything. Why he's here? Why they're acting up? I would have been fighting the robot on Earth. Fuck what? Nah. Why would I? What? Why did I even go to Planet X? And as I said, it was so absurd that it actually worked, and that's why I give Karak really the MVP. Damn, I am picking nothing but villains. That is so sad.
You like villains?
No, I guess I do.
I actually like villains.
No, well, you like.
I feel like the weeks that we do them, the villains aren't like the main inspiration behind what's going on.
Right.
So I'm hoping eventually.
Right.
I'm letting you guys know now. The week we get Carnage involved, he's getting on the list. I mean, there's no land ifs or buts about it.
Right. That's what I said. Like,
so in like 10 years, once we get that far,
right. Fuck it, let's do it. Hey, you know, I said, hey, we're gonna do something. If Carnage comes out, like, yep, he is now MVP. Like, it don't even matter what, he could be walking a damn dog, and like, yeah, hey, that is Carnage. Let's go, give it to him. That's it. Fuck Venom. What about it? Nope, that guy will become MVP.
Right. But all right, guys, so that's gonna do it. We love y'all. Join us again next Monday for.
Yes.
So actually, within the next couple of days of this releasing, we should have our review of Venom: Let There Be Carnage out.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
And then next Monday, we're going to have our next What If episode breakdown. And the next Thursday, we will be having
next group of comics.
So we will see you all next week. Excelsior!
Excelsior! Pound and slash out. Subscribe to us.
Yes. Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Spread the word. Rock.